All right, guys, listen up. So we're going to break down Palantir stock in this video, the charts, my thoughts, what the heck is going on here, the key levels, all that good stuff. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks. And you might as well get your free stocks from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So the markets closed about 50 minutes ago, and we had a pretty good day across the board when it comes to the indexes here. We had the NASDAQ go down a bit. That was the only red one, down 0.1%, but we had the S&P up 0.3, Dow up 0.4, and we had the Russell up 2.7% as we had, Palantir go up just under 2% on the day. And yesterday, you guys probably remember, pretty hard to forget, right? It's pretty fresh news. We had the FOMC statement, the press conference, and a lot of stocks. Well, pretty much every stock that I was looking at least, guys, went up yesterday. All the indexes ended up exploding, and Palantir ran all the way to about, $17.90 yesterday. So it closed a little bit under 18 bucks per share. And today we ran all the way to 18.60 earlier in the day. This morning, you guys can see we opened up at about 18.20 and we ran all the way to 18.60. So we broke out of the highs yesterday. By a long shot. We broke them by about 60 cents. So from the low of the day yesterday to the high of the day today, Palantir ran about $1.50 or about, 7.5, almost 8% in the span of just, pretty much a day. Again, from the low of yesterday to the high of today. So Palantir is looking pretty good in the short term here on the charts. We took out the highs, obviously, from yesterday, today. We did that today, but we also took out the highs from the day before that, Tuesday, also from Monday, and you guys can see last week as well, Friday and Thursday, we took out those highs. So that in and of itself is a really good sign for the bulls in the short term here. And on the 5-day, or this is the 5-day, 5-minute, on the 10-day chart, let me pull that up. Now we can see a bit of an inverse head and shoulders right here. You guys see the left shoulder here, the head right here, the right shoulder right here. Also, arguably, a cup and handles forming on this 10-day, 30-minute chart on Palantir. And the resistance here, I guess you can say, that we're at, that we actually struggled at this morning, that's going to be a sticking point in the very short term here, is $18.50. Again, that's where we failed this morning. Also, a couple of days ago, and back in the beginning of this month, about 10 days ago to 2 weeks ago, we failed at 18.50. So in the very short term here, we have to break out of 18.50. Actually, let me set my alert a little bit above that. Let me put it at $18.60. Mark is at or above. So we'll see if it breaks out of there. And if it does, guys, 1970, 20 bucks, $20.40 could be where we go in the short term. You guys can see if I draw this out right here, boom, we have this gap that could fill if we break above 1860, which 1970 was the low from, it looks like, the end of November, early December. Then if that were to break, again, $20-ish, $20.40, that's the gap that we can fill from there. So that's what I'm looking at here in the very short term on Palantir on the 10-day, 30-minute chart. And let me see what we're looking at on the 20-day chart. Let me pull it up. We're pretty much right at a big resistance right now, right under the 180 SMA, which is actually where we got rejected at this morning and where it looks like we're also getting a bit of resistance here on the second rally of the day that we got in really the last 2 hours of trading, hour and a half. So in the short term, looking at the 20-day chart, guys, we need to break that 1860 level, the 180 SMA. And again, going back to what I said a second ago, if we do that, we could fill the gap to 1970, $20. And who knows, man, after that, we could be going right back to 21 bucks like that. Things could turn very quickly, like we've seen with other stocks, especially like SoFi, for example. We cover that one a lot here on the channel. SoFi has completely broken out over the past couple of days. And, it was in this channel for a couple of months. It was downtrending. Now we're obviously breaking out again. So Palantir could follow suit potentially, even though it's kind of a different pattern. It's a more condensed downwards channel. I mean, Palantir's been downtrending for a couple of weeks, where SoFi was in that channel for about 3 months. So it's a bit different, but in essence, kind of the same thing. Downward channel. SoFi broke out. Palantir is testing the top of it right now. Will it break out? I don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, 1860, that needs to break. And if I draw out this channel right here, you guys get a bit of a visual. We're testing the top of it right now. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments here on these smaller time frames and on the 4-hour chart. Obviously, we're still holding an uptrend. We're in this uptrending channel overall on this time frame still. Yeah, not a surprise, guys. Really, if you've been watching my channel, you should know this at this point. And if you've not been watching my channel or you're new here, welcome. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. So what we're noticing right here is the fact that we are right at the moving averages, and this is kind of a, moment of truth for the bulls, right? We have the start of a death cross forming, which is not the end of the world, quite yet at least, but we do have the 50 SMA peaking a little bit under the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. Not the best sign for the bulls, but it's not the end of the world either. I mean, just because we're getting the start of that death cross doesn't mean it's fully going to play out for sure. But yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the mid-18s, right? If we break that 1860 mark, even here on the 4-hour chart, that would put us above these moving averages, and then you can make a serious case for momentum taking us back to 20, 21 bucks, maybe even past that point. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments here about Palantir. And before we wrap up this video, I know it's a bit off topic, but I want to break down Costco's earnings because they just came out. And personally, guys, I've not seen them yet, so we're just going to look at the headline numbers in this video. But let's see what's going on here. So Costco closed at about, let's see, 630, and it shot up to about 647, then back down to 620. Now it's hovering at about 636. So we're up a little bit. It looks like $6 here after the bell. So they ended up reporting. Let me see here, guys, if I can see it here. Again, these numbers just came out 20 minutes ago, so they're pretty fresh. It looks like they did a revenue of $57.8 billion. That beat the $57.72 billion expected, and adjusted EPS also beat $3.48 versus $3.42 expected. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue, and that's right, they're doing a special dividend. I saw that on Twitter, by the way. Go follow me on Twitter, guys, or X at Stocks Talk Stocks. Link down below. Looks like they're doing a special dividend of $15, which is nice. So add that up, multiply that by how many shares you own. That's pretty cool there for Costco. So yeah, beat EPS, beat revenue. Not seeing anything here on guidance, but it looks like, man, the stock is up even more here as it was at all-time highs heading into earnings. Now that might change as the conference call plays out. We'll see how that plays out. But as of now, man, Costco is on fire. Again, it was at all-time highs heading into earnings, and we hit another all-time high here after the bell at $647.03 per share. Unbelievable. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I wanted to cover that. And even though they reported good numbers, Costco did, they beat EPS, revenue, special dividend, all that good stuff, I'm still not FOMOing into the stock, guys. I still think it's very overbought. And to be honest, we might get a sell the news event here moving forward. Now that the cat's kind of out of the bag, we got earnings, all right, awesome, nice and dandy here, right? We might get that pullback in a little bit, in a couple of days. I'm thinking that, guys. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that that's going to be what happens. Don't do anything based on my opinion, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You must always do your own research. Keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moo, each up to $2,000, guys. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000. And if you fund your account with at least $1,000 on top of those 5 stocks you just got, you get 10 more stocks, each of those up to $2,000 as well. So 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, guys. Use that Moo link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.